everybody. So we're going to have a look at a few of these stories that I've bookmarked on Twitter. So the first one up is this one from this person, Wolf. On the 26th of May 2024, Nigel Farage went on Trevor Phillips' show on Sky News and called out the cross-generational extremism problem among Muslims in Britain. Around 3 weeks later, an unknown Muslim, Zaya Yusuf, donated £200,000 to Reform, and Farage hasn't criticised Islam since. This is just to highlight what's actually going on with the Reform Party, and that this isn't some joke. This isn't some frilly, fancy, key jingling rally. This is about our lives. This is about our country and what we're fighting for. And Nigel Farage and the Reform Party aren't taking it seriously. They don't care. They don't care about saving this country. That's quite obvious to me. And they're just in it for the money, the fame, the power, whatever you want to call it. That's all they're in it for. The notoriety or whatever. The next story. Because this is actually what we're facing in this country. So this guy here, Islamic scholar in the UK, as it says here, we will transform the UK into an Islamic state and impose humiliating laws on Christians and other non-Muslims to make them want to convert to Islam. This isn't isolated. These are the sort of people that are going around mosques in this country preaching their hate and conquest all over our country to Muslims in this country. This isn't benign Islam like the cuddly-feely Islam that people are propagating it to be. This is the Wahhabi Islam. This is the political Islam. This is the one that this is the Islam that has been kicked out of the United Arab Emirates, that isn't allowed in Saudi Arabia. They come on our news programs and they say to us, why do you allow these people in? These are the people that are involved with the Muslim Brotherhood, which is also not allowed in the United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia. They're considered too extreme to be allowed to remain in those countries, mainly because they want to overthrow those countries and install a caliphate, an extremist Islamic caliphate. And these are the people who Keir Starmer, Nigel Farage, and all of our other political class are taking the knee to. These people. And believe them. When they're telling you what they're going to do, believe them. Because they mean exactly what they're going to do to this country. This isn't a joke. This isn't about a rally where somebody rides in on a JCB and says, I'm going to save the country. Because the Reform Party isn't going to do anything about people like this guy. They're not. They're going to take the knee to people like this, like our political class has done for decade upon decade upon decade. They will not tackle this person whatsoever. I'm getting through to the Reform voters and the Farages. This is what you're advocating for. This. Because the Reform Party isn't going to do anything about this. The Reform Party is just going to try and appease these people like all the other parties and all the other political leaders before them. Labour Council seeks to imprison street preachers for up to 2 years for causing offence and distress. Now, who do you think they're going to be causing offence and distress to? Do you think it's everyday average regular people on the street? Or do you think it's our friend from above, the Islamic cleric, who doesn't particularly like Christians or Jews or anybody, for that matter, that isn't Islamic? This is what's happening to our country right now. And this is what Nigel Farage and the Reform Party are not going to tackle. These are the real issues facing us. Not net zero. Net zero isn't really a threat to us. It's this type of thing. It's this that's making our streets unsafe for our families to walk about on. And while we're on our streets being safe to walk around on, we have this absolute tool here. This police officer. This guy converted to Islam. And he does the Islamic State salute. Because he's just a moron. There you go. I mean, he probably doesn't know what that signal is. I mean, it was a actual... it's a salute to Allah. But Islamic State and ISIS have adopted that as their salute. So you would think the police would think, probably not a good idea to do that, really, but they don't care because he's virtue signalling to a particular demographic in our society, and it's not the indigenous, British or English or whatever in this country. These people are useful idiots. They don't know what they're getting involved in. They don't understand Islam. They don't understand the type of Islam that's infested itself into this country. It's crazy. It's really crazy what's happening in this country right now. And like I said, Nigel Farage, the Reform Party, it's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. This is serious. We want a political party in this country that's actually going to tackle these issues that we're facing. Not a muppet like this. I mean, this was him. I mean, what is going on with Nigel Farage, right? Brexiteers and Tommy Robinson supporters are tattooed skinheads, racists and thugs. And then below here, it's him having his first tattoo. What's that about? Is that to make him more appealing to the kids, the working class? They've just got no clue how to relate to us, have they? That's the whole purpose of this thing. They've got no clue how to relate to the working class of this country because they've never walked a day in our shoes. That's the fact of the matter. Nigel Farage and the rest of them in the Reform Party have never faced the issues that we've had to face on a day-to-day basis. They will never have to face the immigrant hotels, the illegal immigrant hotels, just down the road from them, and maybe harassing their kids on the way to school or harassing their daughters on the way to school, following them, taking pictures. Indeed, the other day, there was a guy in a field near a nursery school and he was masturbating in a field with his pants down to a nursery school, to a local school. This is the type of person that this guy will not tackle. He won't deport them en masse. He won't do it. So these people are forever going to be in this country causing trouble for us. This guy up here, he's never going to get deported. He's just going to be allowed to stay in this country and spread his hate all around the country, from mosque to mosque to mosque, and spreading his insane ideas to the Muslim population in this country. So when people come to my comment sections and say reform are the answer, they're our only option. They're really not, because they're not going to tackle the issues that are going to affect us in this country one little bit. This is Vindicator signing off.